Mayor to give our keynote address this morning, the Honorable Dick Schurz.
Thank you very much for being with us today on such a beautiful day. Before I get started with the address, there are some people that I would like to thank and some people that I would like to introduce. On behalf of the city of Miamisburg, our council, our staff, I really want to thank the American Legion Post 165 and the Historical Society Veterans Committee under the direction of Randy Staley for putting these programs together. I think they do a wonderful job that takes a lot of work, and let's give them a round of applause. I would like to thank members of our Parks and Recreation Department, our Police Department, our Public Works Department for the effort they put into this program. The Miamisburg High School Marching Band, they always do a great job and we're very proud of them. You can watch this program many times during the next several months on Miami Valley Communication Council Channel 5, and on the camera today is Carl Sukamel. We appreciate him being here, and the Miamisburg News, Skip Weaver. We want to congratulate our Grand Marshal, Bill Willis, sitting beside me. And later today, you're going to be hearing from Tim Seiper on the bagpipes and Jeff Leonard and Philip Texter on the bugles. I would like to introduce members of the City Council that are here with us today. Our Vice Mayor Ryan Colvin, Councilman Charlie Case, Councilman Tom Nicholas, Councilwoman Sarah Clark. Mike McCabe was with us earlier, but he's had knee surgery recently and he had to leave. And Bob Matthews, our Miami Township trustee, was with us also, and he had another appointment. I thought I saw Terry Blair, our state representative, out there. Terry, wave at me if you're here. I guess it was somebody else, but we're glad to have them with us. And I notice our municipal court judge, Robert Reddick, out there. Let's give Judge Reddick a hand. Miles Eckert was excited when he found a $20 bill in the parking lot of an Ohio Cracker Barrel recently. The 8-year-old boy planned to buy a Lego video game with his unexpected windfall, but fate took him in a different direction. While dining in the restaurant with his family, he noticed a uniformed member of the Air National Guard at a different table. Miles wrote a message on a Post-it note and presented the $20 bill to the man who was dining with his own family. "Dear soldier," the note stated, "my dad was a soldier. He's in heaven now. I found this $20 bill in the parking lot when we got here. We like to pay it forward in our family. Today is your lucky day. Thank you for your service." And it was signed by Miles Eckert, a Gold Star kid. The recipient of the note, Lieutenant Colonel Frank Daly, was very moved. It's incredible being recognized in such a manner. I look at that note every day," Daly later said. Miles was only 4 weeks old when a roadside bomb in Iraq took the life of his father, Army Sergeant Andy Eichert, in 2005. While Andy was denied the opportunity to raise this outstanding young man, we can all imagine how proud he would be on his son's commitment to pay it forward. It is a commitment that the American Legion shares by advocating for veterans and supporting military families through their programs They remember those who are no longer with us because they sacrificed their lives in defense of our freedom. These sacrifices have occurred throughout our nation's history. It was a sacrifice that was recalled by President Ronald Reagan when he stood at an outdoor lectern in Normandy, France on June the 6th, 1984. The president stated, "Behind me is a memorial that symbolizes the Ranger daggers that were thrust into the top of these cliffs. And before me are the men who put them there," President Reagan said. These are the boys of Point du Hoc. These are the champions who helped free a continent. These are the heroes who helped end the war. Many of the men lay beneath the thousands of crosses at Normandy American Cemetery. Others found peace at Arlington or in their hometown burial places. Some are buried at the Dayton VA Center. And many, many more survived the war and raised their families under the peace and freedom that they and their fallen comrades fought so hard to achieve. In the days that followed the D-Day landing of 70 years ago, thousands more Americans and our brave allies would make the supreme sacrifice. Private Joe Gandra of Santa Monica, California, voluntarily advanced alone and destroyed 3 hostile machine guns before he was fatally wounded on June the 9th, 1944 in Armourville, France. Just 20 years old, the soldier from the 507th Parachute Infantry Regiment was denied the opportunity to raise a family of his own. Instead, his 69-year-old niece received the Medal of Honor from President Obama on his behalf during a ceremony on March the 18th. It was a ceremony that American National Commander Dan Dillinger attended and will never forget. Gandria and 23 other U.S. Army veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam were at long last recognized for heroic actions that cost many of them their lives, but will forever earn their place in history as recipients of the nation's highest military award. Most Medal of Honor recipients are very humble about their actions and prefer to talk about the heroes that they served with. They often speak about friends who were lost in battle. We continue to lose American heroes every day in Afghanistan and in military training accidents and missions around the world. The loss to their families, friends, fellow service members, and country is permanent. Some were only teenagers, and most of those killed in action were under the age of 25. In the eyes of their loved ones, they are forever young. My friends, this is why Memorial Day is so important. We don't just honor those with the highest medals or even those who participated in the most hellacious firefights. We honor the more than 1 million men and women who lost their lives defending America in wars from the Revolution to the global war on terrorism. It is fitting to have days like this to remember heroes. Heroes like Private First Class Jesse A. Gibbons. Before going to Iraq, PFC Gibbons wrote a letter that he hoped his family would never open. Like many service members, he wrote the letter to be given just in case. Well, just in case happened in May of 2003. To his 6-year-old daughter, Dakota, he wrote, "Never be afraid to be yourself. I will always be there in our park. I will be there when you dream, and I will be there when you play. I love you and hope someday you will understand why I didn't come home." Please be proud of me. The American Legion and the American people is proud of Jesse and his brothers and sisters in arms that loved America enough to die for it. We are also proud of their families who have sacrificed so much. Long after the battlefield guns have been silenced and the bombs stop exploding, the children of our fallen warriors will still be missing a parent. Spouses will be without their life partners. Parents will continue to grieve for their heroic sons and daughters that died way too early. My friends, we need to be there for them, not just members of the American Legion family or the VFW family, but as American citizens. Nobody can replace these fallen heroes, especially in the eyes of their families. But we can offer shoulders to cry on, assistance with educational expenses, and assurance that their loved one's sacrifice will not be forgotten. American Legion members are pledged through the preamble of their organization's constitution to preserve the memories and the incidents of associations in the Great Wars. This solemn promise is on the back of each Legion membership card. Yet they do not remember their fallen brothers and sisters in arms because of an edict or a ritual. They do so because they want to. Americans must remember that freedom isn't free. Americans must remember that freedom isn't free. In fact, it is only possible because our fallen heroes have paid its high price. As the unofficial beginning of summer, let us never lose focus of what Memorial Day means. It is not about beaches, picnics, or auto races. It is a day to remember, and that is why we're here. Let us remember and let us pay it forward. Thank you for being here. God bless America. God bless our fallen heroes, and God bless all of our people who have served in the military over the years. Thank you.